It's Tim Albright with AVNation with an AVNation special, The Road to InfoComm 2022. InfoComm comes back your way in a normal June timeframe, the 8th through the 10th of June from Las Vegas. And with me to talk about their booth, my buddy Mr. Taft Strickland from Just Add Power. Welcome, sir.
Hello, how are you?
I am well. A number of us are coming back from Barcelona and ISC. Your company was there, had some good success. And so a couple weeks later, we're going to turn around and do the whole thing over again. In as in North Hall, in 2473. In 2473, Taft, we're obviously familiar with what Just Add Power has in general in years past, but this time around, what are we going to find when we come into the booth?
So the big thing for us this year is our Max Color product. So it's full 4K 60, 444, over copper, over a managed gigabit network. It has now won a ton of awards. I got an extra award from a dealer the other day because he called and said, "Hey, I need 7 sources and 33 screens." And he's like, "What are my chances and what's the timeline?" And I said, "Well, we have it. We can ship it right now."
Yeah.
So he said he was going to make us a trophy and send it to us because we're shipping product.
Supply chain trophy.
Yeah, supply chain trophy. So our Max Color product is awesome. Just no detectable latency, visually lossless. I mean, it is, pixel for pixel. You're doing Dolby Vision, just the whole 9 yards, and we're super pumped about it. And doing it over copper, and it's been shipping for just a little bit, and we've got good inventory and a whole lot of fun. Outside of that, we'll be doing our normal bag of tricks by having a rotating screen that always stays upright with the video, showing that we can do video wall, we can do tiling, you can rotate video on the fly. So just all the normal fun stuff. And then teaching people, just kind of our history of being, backward compatible and forward compatible and everything else. So, and I'll be there passing out guitar picks with my name and phone number on them.
Well, that is absolutely true. And we will, and another time we'll talk about a couple of really cool stories with that business card. Talk about the Warp Engine for a second. That's what you're talking about when the rotating screen. And how that applies to, kind of both the commercial, traditional commercial space, but also when it comes to like hospitality, restaurants, hotels and stuff like that, where dealers can, maybe they find themselves suddenly, their office AV folks, or they do conference rooms, and suddenly they're doing a lobby and something, or a restaurant, and they have to have something unique.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, we live in a very visual world, and I feel like for a long time, video walls impressed people. You'd see a big video wall, that's super cool. And we've really had a lot of integrators come to us and ask us to push the envelope. And so having a product that allows you to, 360 degree adjust video, and you can do set it and forget it, where, maybe things are hung at a 27 degree angle or whatever. And we manage keeping that video level, or tilting it, or whatever you want to do with it. It's been a pretty successful piece for us because people want new, they want different, they want more. I mean, that's the world that we live in. Yeah. And just having a 4-panel video wall or a 9-panel video wall, it has really, I mean, in the industry, I've heard people say, well, that's just boring now, somebody wants to do a giant LED board, or if they don't have the budget for that, then I want to do a video wall, but it's got to be visually compelling. It's got to be different. It's got to be cool. And we've spent our whole lives trying to be different and cool. So, and that's, the Warp Engine's a really great piece. Pop it in the rack, and, you can send IP commands to it all day long. We can put an accelerometer on the back of a screen. We'll be doing that at the show. We'll be spinning a screen, and you can watch the video stay upright. And that's a pretty cool visual.
Absolutely, it is.
Yeah.
Talk for a second. You mentioned this here briefly, and that's the backward compatibility. That's the fact that whether you bought a Just Add Power product a year ago or 10 years ago, they'll all work together. And as you guys advance into more and more video over IP, advancing the resolution, advancing stuff like HDR, Explain to folks, if they're not familiar, why that's important for that backward compatibility.
Well, I mean, we started out, so this is our 30th year in business. Now, we haven't always done AV over IP, but we've done AV over IP for more than a decade.
Yeah.
And starting with our original 1G product. So the original video products we had us in houses of worship. They want to be good stewards with their money. They want to buy something, they want it to last for forever or for a very long time. So our mantra was to design products that really last for decades, as versus to the next trade show where we tell you we have something new and cooler in this black box, and the old black box is now a paperweight. So with our 2G and 3G product, completely cross-compatible, same switch, same network, you can flip mode on it and just run all day long, and it's seamless. Okay, with our Max Color product, and the fact that we use 4K 60 444, and you can mix and match displays, so you could have some 1080p displays, you could have some 4K 30 displays, you could have some 4K 60 444 displays, some that are 4K 60 420. You're going to input your best quality video, and it's going to play the best quality video on each screen. So you could mix and match 4K 60 444 screens with 4K 30 screens with 1080p screens. Okay, so you follow me on that with Max Color and that cross compatibility of resolution, image, so on and so forth. With Max Color utilizing the same switch and then utilizing a couple of bridge pieces, you could actually completely run that with any of our previous 2G or 3G products. Yeah. So, but we're all about being good stewards with our money. You know, whether it's a casino or a church, they don't know, like, this projector cost X $1,000 and it's X years old, which if it's 10 years old, in their mind, it's probably 3 years old, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But they want it to last for as long as humanly possible, but they want the latest, greatest whiz bang to have the full whiz bang. And so that's really what we focus on with engineering our products, is what's the monkey wrench that's going to get thrown in? How do we make the best of the best? Always the best performance on every screen humanly possible, including being able to go back to stuff that's a handful of years old. So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
And that is one of those aspects of Just Add Power that I've always appreciated. Again, regardless of whether you're talking about a house of worship or a small little college, university in somewhere. So, Taft, we'll get to hang out in Vegas. N as in Nancy, actually N as in North, technically is what it is. 2473 N 2473. If somebody is not going to Vegas, and quite frankly, I think I know 3 people in the industry who are not at this point. How do they connect with Just Add Power or find out more about what you'll talk about that week?
So you can find us at justaddpower.com. And you could even set up to do a quick webinar where we could do a fast run through or design spec with you, just by, jumping on the schedule. You can also find us on all the social media. So, and our handle there is going to be Just Add Power.
We'll see Taft in Vegas, in North Hall. For us, for AVNation, go by our website, avnation.tv, avnation.tv. Follow along as we bring you more videos from the show floor of InfoComm 2022, the 8th through the 10th of June. All that and more at avnation.tv. It's avnation.tv.